Hello, good morning. Boogity boo, huh? Nope, we're good. There's no boogers. We're good. We're good. We had boogers this morning. Most people do. It turns out human beings get boogers and crusties and stuff. I mean, what are you gonna do? So do other animals. You know, they get boogers and crusties. I mean, what? You gonna tell me that I'm the only human being that gets boogers and crusties? No, we all get boogers and crusties. Anybody else want to comment on the fact that I'm having a cigarette? Go right ahead. I'm feeling it this moment. I've been smoking for over a year now. It's time for people to get over it. What brand? Time Out brand. Do I roll my own? I time out on my own. Cigarettes cause boogers. Let's go ahead and hide them. Let's get them out. Go ahead. Keep going. Keep going. Let's get you flushed before the show gets done, like before everybody gets here. Let's make this what we do in the morning. Let's get you flushed. It's not even going to be like a warning today. I'm just going to flush. I've got an internal Order 66 today. Those of you that have been watching for long enough know exactly what the rules are around here, and they will be enforced harshly. I'm not even going to ask the fucking inspectors to do it. I'm just going to do it myself today because I'm feeling like doing it. So come on. Let's get it done. Let's get it over with. You want to be personally fucking banned out of here? Ask a stupid question. Let's do it. Auto flush. Yep. They're hiding out now, huh? Darby O'Gill and the Little People was one of my favorite movies as a kid. I hope you check it out. It's a fun flick. Yeah. Never did see it. Back into the cringe cave. Yep. What was it that fucking Ned Stark tells his son at the beginning of The Song of Ice and Fire? There's like an anecdote that he talks about how the pass the sentence, hold the sword. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Trump managed to get a bunch of idiots to storm the Capitol. Imagine what he might have done with 4 more years. gotten another group of idiots to storm the Capitol? I don't know. Like, Trump's base was not growing, so the same amount of idiots would have been available to storm the Capitol. And imagine you're living in a third world village in Yemen and ask yourself the question, who's better, Trump or Biden? That's a good scope to look at it through. According to a recent poll, 60% of Republicans would leave the Republican Party if Trump starts his own party. Take it with a grain of salt, I guess. Good. Let him do it. Fucking A. Once again, like, they're going to do what we've been talking about doing for years, what leftists have been talking about for years. So once again, the Republicans are going to beat us to creating a party that is at least considered by the people that join it outside of the beltway of politics. You mean the right is going to beat us to the fucking punch yet again? Oh no. They won't. That's the thing. I've been calling for the left to split and create a viable fucking third party forever. It's not going to fucking destroy the Republican Party. It's just a swap of the two-party system. If what you said is true and 60% of people that vote Republican would immediately leave if Trump started his own party, then the numbers are probably way higher than that. So it'd just be a swap. I've been hollering for the left to do this forever. Let what's left of the Democratic Party and the DNC die on the vine. Lose a couple of fucking election cycles and then have an established fucking actual leftist workers' party. Thanks for the hot dog cloud massacre. I appreciate it. It's a little early for it, but I'll put it in the fridge and I'll warm it up later, you know? It's like they're working to prove you right. The second Biden started with the 1400, I was like, here it comes. Just is what it is, man. Just is what it is. I watched a compilation the other day that somebody tweeted at me of Biden and all of his surrogates and a bunch of fucking new Congress people, all these new like squad members, all running with this talking point of like, we're going to get you those $2,000 stimulus checks. We're going to get you those $2,000 stimulus checks. We're going to get you those $2,000 stimulus checks. Thanks, Quick Sticks. I don't know what that is. What is that? A pie? Thanks. Then as soon as he's in office, we're going to get you those maybe $1,400 stimulus checks. Yeah, everybody's getting me the good snacks. Yep, flip Georgia for nothing. Just all this shit. All this electoralism talk just goes up in a puff of fucking smoke. Meet the new boss, same as the old boss. Oh yeah, I think it'll be pretty fucking shocking if we actually do get the $1,400 stimulus. Have a great day. Thanks, Henry. You too. Mr. Naughty Priest. Holy shit. What is that? Holy fucking shit. It's a giant fucking pear destroying a city. What's he waving? Flags? Holy shit. The fuck is that? Pearzilla. Holy shit. Thank you, Mr. Naughty Priest. As usual. It looks like that pear would win. That pear is fucking huge. At least the new boss ended federal private prisons and stopped arming the Saudis. You realize that the ongoing conflict in Yemen is a proxy war between our ally Saudi Arabia and Iran. So ending U.S. support for the genocide currently going on in Yemen does absolutely nothing. The U.S. has already supported it. Stopped arming the Saudis. Do you think that the Saudis need an infinite number of jets? We've already armed the Saudis. It's less than a fucking tokenistic gesture. You guys haven't heard that before? Ending support for the war? Thank you for the... Oh, pancakes, Cynic. I fell into the trap, but I still give you money. Good boy. Like, you really think that, like, it's a tokenistic gesture? We've already armed the Saudis. We've already given them everything they need to oppress the people of Yemen. And they're going to continue to do it. I feel like there are a fair number of people who are literally call anything Biden gets done a token. I mean, until Biden does something with actual substance, isn't it? If the plan is for Biden to quote unquote reign for 4 to 8 years and then swap it back over to a Republican who's going to immediately, with signing statements and executive orders, undo anything that Biden does, isn't it? Isn't it tokenistic? Where I'm sitting, it's pretty tokenistic. I'm wearing a jacket. Sweater, see? So the plan is for us as leftists to accept shit that will be immediately overturned in 4 years and is actually planned to be overturned in 4 years. It's just horse shit. It's part of the cyclical nature of politics in America. Federal private prisons are just not getting renewed contracts. How much longer will these contracts last? Long enough for Cop Mueller, a Republican, to turn it around? Okay, so that basically means any executive order would be a token. A lot of what Trump did was not done under George W. Bush. Yeah, but a lot of what Trump did was done under George W. Bush. For example, George W. Bush floated travel bans after 9/11, and in fact got them done. That's one of the big things that people rip on Trump for. George W. Bush and his predecessor, or his antecessor, I guess, Barack Obama, oversaw massive deportation policies. BarackObama deported more people in his 8 years as president than any president in the American history. So What is the where are we going to split these parties and actually get a leftist fucking party? Like, when are you going to give me something to participate in as an electoralist? Because I don't see it. Yes, the ICE camps were built and started to be used under the Obama administration. It just wasn't a news story until Trump started doing the same thing. Then it became a news story. It's ridiculous. You know, people say like, oh yeah, Trump's mishandling of the fucking pandemic. Okay. Do you remember that when Trump finally did 2 months later close the borders with China, do you remember the Democratic Party calling him a xenophobe and saying he was a racist for closing the borders with countries that were on fire with COVID? So you're going to tell me that if the Democrats were in office, they would have done that earlier? Doesn't seem like a very good argument to me. Factually incorrect about the kids in cages thing. That was AG Sessions in April 2018 who implemented that. Who implemented family separation? So all of the families who were separated from their parents and broken up during the Obama administration, like, you're talking about the kids in cages. I'm talking about deportation. I'm talking about the fact that Trump didn't build the concentration camps at the border. He just used them. He was called racist because there were hundreds of cases of European countries that he didn't close off travel to. You're telling me that the Democrats would have done it earlier and better? I don't think they would have. What has Joe Biden done? National mask mandate via executive order? Subsidies for businesses that are closing because they can't run? Streamlining of the process of getting people inoculated against this disease. If they would have done better, why ain't they doing better? Kind of makes you think, don't it? Kind of gives you pause and makes you think. No country handled the pandemic well except for Taiwan. That's not true. Uruguay, during the first and second waves, had something like 10 deaths from COVID-19. There were a number of countries that did fucking just absolutely fine in comparison to us. New Zealand did awesome. There's a number of countries that did just fucking fine. Japan never even had to shut down. Yeah. We're in like the third wave now. The first wave was never over, sure. We're almost at the 1 year anniversary of the 15 days to flatten the curve. Yep. It's basically another wave added to the already existing wave, yeah. We handled it poorly because this country is against spending a penny on helping ordinary people. Yes, that's exactly the truth. We handled this poorly not because a certain fucking party was in office and one wasn't. We handled this poorly because our government cares more about the bottom line of Wall Street than it does about the health and welfare of people. Period. Anybody that wants to blame this fucking pandemic shit on the Republicans is just going to miss the fucking point. This is a governmental failure across the board. This is an example of our government's fucking inability or unwillingness to actually help people when they need it, at the risk of losing a little bit of money from the stock market. I voted for Warren in the primary. However, Biden has done several things that are steps in the right direction. Can't just hand wave it away. Okay. All right, fine. I won't hand wave it away. We'll talk in 4 years. Because pretty much everything positive that Barack Obama did, anything that you could squeeze out as a positive from the Barack Obama presidency, was hand waved away as soon as President Trump came into office. So anything half positive that Biden will do will be hand waved away. But I won't do it. We can talk in 4 years. We'll see how we're doing. It is what it is, Zonster. I mean, you have got to act in the way that you believe is right. I've got to act in the way that I believe is right. We have different perspectives. You want to look at a Democratic president that promised to come in and save us from this COVID shit, sitting on his hands and doing nothing and bargaining down the stimulus and shit. And you want to look at some tokenistic things he did and say, okay, well, this is a step in the positive direction. I can see that. I don't see it that way, but I could see how somebody could. I don't think anybody thinks, well, I don't think Zonster thinks that Biden is some left-wing savior. I think Zonster is a pragmatist. And Zonster is looking at the tokenistic kind of, well, in my mind, tokenistic kind of ending support for federal prisons or whatever contracts. It didn't end the contracts. He's just not going to sign any new ones. Will they renew the current contracts? More than likely, yes. Extend them? More than likely, yes. I see that as a tokenistic gesture against the private prison industry. Zonster sees that as a baby step in the right direction against the private prison industry. I guess we'll see if the private prison industry is at all weakened by that in 4 to 8 years. And then we'll know which one of us was right about it being tokenistic or not. What can Biden do that would be impressive? Immediately draw down spending in some other area of the federal government to provide a monthly stimulus until things are back to normal in the United States for average people. Immediately provide subsidies for small business owners to take out loans to keep their businesses afloat while they're being asked to shutter their doors. Immediately pass a nationwide mask mandate, enforceable with a fine or prison time if you don't wear your mask when you're in a public place. Those would impress the fuck out of me. If he did any one of those things. He stopped billions being spent on the wall. That's not nothing. Where are those billions going to go? It's nothing if those billions just go to another fucking boondoggle that doesn't help a single human being. So yes, that's nothing unless you can show me that he took those billions and moved it into some sort of social program to help people during the pandemic. If those billions just got flushed right down the military industrial toilet, then how is that a positive thing? He didn't make a mask mandate. Elect me, Paul. A mask mandate comes with like fucking consequences if you don't do it. That's what a mandate is. That means you have to wear a mask, and if you don't, you're in trouble. He didn't do it. Elect me, Paul. I will launch all the nukes at random direction. Okay. Well, you run. It's unlikely to go somewhere worse than the wall. If it buys bombs that get dropped on a Middle Eastern country, that's worse than the wall to me. And that's probably where it'll end up. Being dropped on the heads of third world people in villages in some Middle Eastern fucking country. Being drone striked. That's worse than the wall to me. The wall wasn't dropping bombs on brown people. The wall was just a stupid boondoggle that brown people could crawl over or dig under. Stupid waste of money, yes. More destructive than bombs? I mean, it's pretty fucking backable speculation, isn't it? With our military budget, though. So a few $1 billion got freed up. Let's take a look at that fucking pie chart at federal spending. What do you think it's most likely that $1 billion is going to go to, given the amount of money that we spend on the military-industrial complex? I'll wait. Like, don't act like I'm just pulling it out of my ass. Yeah, it's speculation, but I think it's speculation backed by a lot of fucking decent thinking. We're a country that fucking spends out the ass to drop bombs on people. We just freed up a few $1 billion on a boondoggle project. Where you think that money's going to go? Who's getting a piece of that? Something tells me the American people aren't. Something tells me American corporations and American fucking defense corporations will. It may well pass this week. Not enough, but a start. Yeah, so it was the fucking $2,000 that fucking, or the whatever it was, the $1,200 that Trump gave us back at the beginning of the pandemic. That was a start too. But take a look at every other goddamn fucking country. Every other fucking country of note in the Western world has been giving people thousands of dollars a month to subsist themselves. We've gotten 1,200. Just across our northern border, Canadians were getting $2,000 a month. I'm just not going to do it, man. I'm not going to fucking do it. I'm not going to sit by and pretend that Biden is doing what he should be doing. He's not. I'm not going to sit by and pretend that the little tokenistic things that Biden is doing are going to help average people. There are tent cities in my hometown. My mom was talking about how in my little shitty hometown, which that was never a thing, there are tent cities under overpasses. Okay? The time for tokenism is over. The time for action is now. And where are the Democrats? Where's Joe Biden? I've heard so many Trumpers say, how are we going to afford to give people money like that? Meanwhile, every other country can, but not the richest country. Yeah. Time out for you. Homeless population of Miami is exploding. Dude, I got to tell you, the area that I live in, or the area that I grew up in, and the area that I live in now, both I've seen tent cities in. And that was never a thing before. I've been to the area that I live in now before, and I've never seen a tent city. And when I pulled up in here, I drove by tent cities. My mom was on the phone with me the other day telling me how there's a tent city in my shitty little hometown. Tiny little town. Where's Joe Biden? Where are the liberals? Where are the leftists in this country? Did you hear Jesse Ventura on a maximum wage of like 12 mil a year? Thoughts? Never happened. I think it's a great fucking idea, but it never happened. Homelessness and COVID are inextricably linked now, Zonster. The reason that there are homeless camps everywhere now that there weren't is because of COVID. It's because of the lockdown. It's because a tremendous amount of people have lost their livelihoods due to COVID. So you can't separate the two issues now. The homeless crisis ramping up the way that it has is directly due to COVID. Where is Biden? Where's the money? Where are the federal matching funds for states? Where's the investment in mental health? Where's the UBI for people on the bottom end of the spectrum? Where's the expansion of a federal benefit? Where's the safety net? Where's Biden? Don't give me token shit. This is what bullying Biden looks like. Not sucking his dick because he wrote an executive order that'll be flipped in 4 years. Where's he at? People are dying in the street. It's winter. And there's more people on the street now than there have been in any point in American history. Where are the Democrats? Wasting their time impeaching a president that's already gone? Is California still under a lockdown now? I don't know. My mom said that the governor there released, like, lifted some restrictions on, like, dining establishments and shit, so I'm guessing no. I'm guessing they've decided that even though California is literally on fire with COVID, that people can go out and eat now. You guys pardon me for 1 minute. Let that soak in. I'm gonna go grab myself something to drink. just a little old me. I know by the dawn that you will be gone, but tonight you belong to me, just a little old me. Thanks for the nanner, Chloe. Tasty nanner. For you, Salt Lord. Thank you. Yo, his weight loss is pretty good. Yeah, I've been losing weight, man. I've been doing good. Thanks for noticing. I lost a decent chunk of weight. Visited my beehives yesterday. Paulina is looking great. Cool. You should send me some pictures of your hives, man. I've always wanted to do beekeeping. I think bees are fucking fascinating. I watch beekeeping videos. You should make a beekeeper channel. I'll fucking subscribe to you, dude. I'll watch you as I go to sleep. I watch beekeepers on YouTube. I like them. I know by the dawn that you will be gone, but tonight you belong to me, just a little old me. Got some Blue Dream this morning. Good sativa. Good wake and bake type of strain. I finished the second season of Twilight Zone and I'm astonished how much it sucked. Are you talking about the remake? You can't be talking about season 2 of the original Twilight Zone. You have to be talking about the Jordan Peele remake. Because the second season of the original Twilight Zone is fucking great. So I gotta imagine you're dealing with the I hope I didn't piss Zonster off, hurt his feelings. Wasn't really yelling at him. It was more just kind of yelling at the... Oh, there, he's still here. He should be okay. All right, Zonster's fine. I went inside and I was like, man, I was just kind of yelling. I'm watching AHS seasons out of order. Have you seen the first 2 seasons? Yes. I've seen every season of AHS except for Apocalypse in 1984. I love you, Paul. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for the donation. Always appreciated. Never solicited, always appreciated. The good old donation. What did you ask earlier there, Zonster? Is it easy to tell the difference between strains? Well, it depends. If you've got like a pure indica and a pure sativa sitting next to each other, I could pick them out. But so many of the strains are hybrid now. In fact, the vast majority of strains that are sold are hybrid strains. So it's, you know, this strain here is not. And it's also one of the reasons I'm coughing as hard as I am. Blue Dream is a pure sativa. and they have what I describe as a spicy quality to them on the inhale. There's a very famous strain called Strawberry Cough for that reason. It's a sativa strain that whatever it is on there, the terpenes, I guess, that make the flavor and the whatever the profile of a weed are really like spicy, and so it makes you kind of cough. Do you have, or will you ever have, a PO box? I don't, and I probably won't. I'll explain to you guys why. We had a PO box at DP, and people would send ridiculously expensive stuff to me, and I felt bad taking it because I was already getting paid and already getting taken care of. Now, I have donations turned on here. If you guys want to donate me money here, that's cool. If you want to really help me out, become a patron. But I just didn't feel right taking big gifts from people. Zach hooked me up with some pipes and stuff when I, started trying the corncob pipe thing, and I appreciated that. But, I really usually don't feel right taking gifts from people. I mean, you guys just like showing up here and watching me helps. Are you a minimalist? I'm very much so a minimalist. We've talked about this before. The jacket that I'm wearing right now, this sweater, I've probably had for a decade, at least. It's a really old sweater. I don't buy new things. I get new things when old things wear out. I don't have a house full of fucking crazy shit. I have the things I need for my work. I have a TV. I have a couch. But I don't have, just tons and tons of expensive collectible things, or I very rarely buy anything like that for myself. And having other people send me stuff like that, it doesn't make me feel good. It's not, and it's not against the people who are sending me the stuff. I know that they're doing it to be nice, but it just makes me feel like I've got too much shit. Yeah, we got some, people would send us bongs. Like, we got this dope-ass gravity bong that somebody sent us. Somebody sent me, back in the day, like a VR headset that I still have, that I've never opened or plugged in. People were sending shit. Like, people would send, stacks of books, collector's editions, DVDs, to me. This is for Paul, and it'd be this huge box filled with expensive things, and it's just like... I don't mean to be a humbug, but if I had my way, people wouldn't get me gifts, even in my personal life. A gift to me, if you want to say happy birthday to me, call me up and just tell me, hey, another trip around the sun or whatever. Happy birthday, kid. Don't worry about the presents. Same thing with Christmas and shit. I'm not trying to be a humbug about it, but I would just rather not. You know what I mean? You want to wish me a Merry Christmas or whatever comes along with that, whatever wonderful feelings come along with that, then go ahead and do that. But I don't know. Well, I remember you saying one time that you don't like people thinking you're cool. Is that also for the same reason you don't like receiving gifts? I don't know. I mean, I don't think I'm very, like, I don't want to be cool. I'm not trying to be cool. So I don't want to be thought of as cool. I think that's different. It's the gift thing is just more of a, I have what I need, you know? Like, I'm not a person that wants for things. And I'm not a person that has to have a lot of extra stuff or wants to have a lot of extra stuff. I have the things I need to get by. I appreciate people's thoughts and stuff, but I'd rather just hear those. Like, call me up and tell me you love me. That means as much to me as getting a big fucking, it means more to me than getting a big fucking expensive thing that I'm not going to use or that I don't want, you know? Yeah. You want to give me a gift, be a patron. Go buy some merch or whatever, you know, that keeps this business afloat. And the gift for me is that I get to keep working this crazy job, you know? There's your gift. Keep watching me. If you can't donate, you don't have enough money to, you know, become a patron, like the stream, fucking share it. You know, those are all gifts that you give. I'm the same. I'm good. I get what I need as long as my family and friends are thinking of me. No need to waste money on stuff. See, but there's no way to tell people that. That doesn't come off as like ungrateful. You know, I can't tell people like, hey, don't give me nothing. Just, I don't want anything, please. Because people will do it anyway. They go like, oh, you're going to get a little something. And then you get a bunch of stuff and you're like, you got to be living under a bridge to not afford to subscribe to DFF. You can't even get a coffee and a sandwich for $10. Yeah, I mean, $5 is $5, dude. Some people are on a shoestring ass fucking budget. They ain't got like it's not my place to judge. I've been in that position. Like back when I first started out, first moved out of my house and got my own place. Moved to Phoenix, Arizona with a friend who was living there and working there. I got a job, and I was just barely making enough to make the note on the rent that I owed, and what I had left over went to whatever cheap food I could afford. I went about a year of my life where and I've talked to you guys about this, where I ate canned vegetables and ramen. So because ramen were like 15 cents a pack at the grocery store. And so I would go and get as many ramens as I could for whatever money I had left over after paying all my bills and shit. Just the way it was. BS? Really? What are you're calling BS on me? Why would you call BS? That's like a very common thing for young people who are just starting out. If the opportunity ever emerges in the future, would Pessimist Productions ever accept a TV network offer? Depends on what the offer was and, you know, what it was about. All right. I lived on ramen, Totino's pizza, and McDoubles for the first couple years tattooing, then hated those foods for a while. Now they're yeah. I was the same way, dude. After that year and a half that I lived on ramen, I couldn't eat ramen for like probably 10 years. And then I tried a pack and I was like, man, this stuff really is good. And now I get it every once in a while. Like I'll have, like, I think I have packs of ramen in there now because every once in a blue moon, I want to make myself a pot of ramen, you know, and it's tasty and it's nostalgic comfort kind of food in the same way. So I definitely understand that. Yeah, I subsidized my food a lot too because my girlfriend at the time that I was doing this, she worked at an Applebee's. And so the best food that I got every once in a blue moon was when she could bring something home from Applebee's. which wasn't all the time. They were very strict about their portions and shit there. So every once in a blue moon, there'd be some leftover shit and she'd get to bring it home. And so I'd get some mac and cheese or, you know, like a burger patty or whatever the fuck. But yeah, dude, $5 is $5, man. During them days, if you would have asked me, hey, you want to pay $5 a month to subscribe to listen to these guys talk, I would have been like, no, like I don't have it. Well, $5 was way more than 2 gallons of gas back in those days. We're talking about the year 1999, 2000. Gas was like under $1 a gallon. So for my little car, $5 was half to 3/4 of a tank of gas. Of course, you have to take into account inflation and shit. Shit hasn't remained flat. Yeah, in Arizona in 1999, I was paying 96 or 95 cents a gallon for gas. Insane. I remember it being insane even for then. I don't think I'd ever seen under $1 gasoline in my life. But right around that time, it was cheap. You know, it was around $1, pretty much everywhere. And 5 gallons of gas, that's half of an average tank. If you've got like a little car, you probably got a 10-gallon tank or a 9-gallon tank or whatever the fuck. It's like half your tank. It's a lot of money. How much is gas in the US right now? I haven't had to fill my new car yet, but I'll let you know. I remember it was expensive as fuck when I was driving across the country. I'll tell you that much. When I moved here in a U-Haul, dude, I want you guys to guess, okay? I drove a U-Haul for 2 days. I moved about, I don't know, 1,500 miles or so, 1,800 miles, give or take. I want you guys to try and guess how much money it costs just in gas for me to drive from Louisiana to a place that's 1,500 to 1,800 miles away. Keep going up. Keep going up. Keep in mind that I'm filling up a U-Haul, so that does factor in. About $1,000. It was about $1,000. Somewhere between like $800 and $1,000 is what I spent just on gas to drive the U-Haul. The U-Haul itself was an $850 U-Haul just to rent it because I was driving it for so long and it was a one-way. Oh yeah, I'm getting the pod next time. Gas was insane. And those things fucking chug gas. Was it 79 cents a mile? I don't know what it was. It was all broken down on the fucking thing. It's the same price that, look, I've moved long distances in U-Hauls before. It's always expensive like that because they charge you mileage. It's like how much mileage are you putting on the truck? And then the gas is on you. It's crazy. It's crazy fucking expensive to move a long distance. It's another limiting factor keeping people locked into shitty little towns and shit. How often did you have to stop to refuel? I don't know. I think that truck got something around 11 or 12 miles a gallon unloaded. Loaded, it probably got something like 8 or 10 miles a gallon. And it had probably a 25-gallon tank in it, so do the math. That's why you siphon gas from other cars. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. We got ourselves a criminal. Criminal. Isn't that a Eminem song? It is, yeah. It's like, that's why I like to live light. Everything I care about will fit in the bed of my pickup truck. I mean, yeah. I don't know if I can claim that everything that I would need to move with can fit in the bed of a pickup truck, but still don't understand how gasoline prices fluctuate if they aren't tied to what? What did I say? They aren't tied to the economy. I mean, well, yeah. They're tied to supply or whatever. I don't know what it is. And speculation. I don't know. I don't pretend to understand the price of fucking gasoline. I don't think anybody really does. I'm about to move from the Midwest to Arizona in the next few months. Wish me luck, Paul. Good luck. It's just like that Justin Timberlake movie, In Time. Going zone to zone costs so much, most people can't even cross zones. Yeah. If you think about it, dude, moving is prohibitively expensive for most people. Prohibitively so. Because in addition to just the cost of moving, right, just renting the truck, driving the truck, gassing up the truck, you've got first and last on a new place. In addition to your rent, by the way, on the place that you're living in for the last month, you know, you don't get like a break for first and last, so you got to have that. Anything that you don't move with or replace in the move, you've got to replace once you get to your new place. It's an insanely expensive proposition. Moving internationally is so expensive that it's basically a pipe dream for 70% of people. Yep. First and last, and 3 times rent. My mom always had to lie about alimony she wasn't getting. Yeah. If you don't like America, just leave. Who can afford to leave America? Nobody. Oh, well. I mean, moving always sucks. There's no way that, like, I don't think it should have to by necessity, but it would require human beings to have a completely different, you know, view on possessions and things. Like, it is completely and utterly possible that we live in a self-funding, resource-based society where moving is just a matter of deciding where you want to go and going there. It would also mean that you don't have a bunch of stuff that's your own. It would mean that your living situation would come equipped with the things that you need in it already. Just like whoever moved into whatever place you were vacating would have that place equipped for them already. You see what I'm saying? But it would require this kind of like sea change in the way that human beings think about mine, which is a very fundamental and primal thing in human beings. You know, our ancestors and cousins that are still living in the animal kingdom are largely very territorial animals. Territory is an expression of this is mine, not yours, right? Well, us having a bunch of shit in our houses, whether it's a record collection or a bunch of TVs or a bunch of video games or a bunch of action figures or a bunch of this or a bunch of that or a bunch of vases, whatever it is you collect, is a natural extension of that impulse, that primate impulse to gather, to make mine. This is mine, you know, private property. is an extension of this is mine, that primate impulse. This is my territory. It's a natural impulse, but it's one that causes, in the modern world, a lot of unnecessary suffering and a lot of unnecessary lack of options for human beings in their lives. Yep, we are still 98.5% chimpanzee, but that 1.5%, Zonster, is an important 1.5%. Human beings, look, the way that we live now is an example that human beings are not beholden to our fucking instincts. We live a life now that chimpanzees or our more human-like ancestors couldn't even imagine in their wildest fucking dreams. I can call a number on a device, on this device that I'm talking to you guys on, and somebody will bring me a meal for my family, cooked. I don't have to go gather that meal. I don't have to put any work into preparing it. I don't even have to cook it. Took humans a long time to get to this point after we became fully human genetically. You're absolutely right. You know what accelerated us to this point, Zonster? Agriculture, modern agriculture, monoculture. When human beings started planting instead of moving and hunting and gathering, that was the technology that allowed us to get to make that giant leap in the last few hundred years. Well, a few thousand years. We're talking agriculture. Yep, in the Fertile Crescent. And little did those people know that they were unleashing a force that would destroy the planet. Those people could never have conceived of what they were doing. In fact, what they were doing was wholly natural. They used their brains to bring the food to them. It was absolutely amazing. But they unknowingly unleashed a tide of technology that will destroy this planet. Has already destroyed a vast portion of this planet's habitats and natural fucking biomes. And will continue to until there's hardly anything left on this fucking planet, if you want my opinion. Pretty crazy to think. From all that life, all that abundance, death. Can we still utilize an advanced technology if we become a hunter-gatherer primitive society again? No. The existence of advanced technology predicates industry, and industry means we're not hunter-gatherers. You can't walk out into the woods and build an iPhone, even if you walk into a hypothetical woods where all of the elements that are present in an iPhone are present. You need machinery and technology and other computers and manufacturing capacity to make an iPhone. So no. Everything is built on the shoulders of previous advancements, yeah. And unfortunately, our incessant building is at the heart of our problems right now. I mean, this pandemic that we're talking about that has made so many people homeless in this country and killed, coming up on what? 1 in 5 people? Or not 1 in 5, 1 in 800 people or some shit that was alive on January 1st is now dead of COVID. 1 in 900. It's ridiculous. And it's a result of civilization. It's a result of modern civilization. This pandemic happened because of the way that we live. It is an outgrowth, a natural outgrowth of our conglomeration in giant cities that denude ever more and more of the landscape as they grow and require more and more importation of resources that more and more come from the third world, which, interestingly enough, has most of the natural habitats left on the planet that are still intact. So that we're watching our slow suicide. It's like we've pulled the trigger, we've put the gun to our head, and we've pulled the trigger, and we're watching the bullet slowly move towards the head of not just humanity, but pretty much every goddamn species on this planet. We're just watching it happen. Natural is a fallacy? What? The pandemic documentary on Netflix explains a lot of this, yes. There's a lot of documentaries that explain a lot of this, yes. That is true. I don't think maybe we do. You said the difference is we have the mind to change the course of things. If we do, we would do it, right? We don't. There are a precious few people on this planet who give a fuck about the environment. Precious few. In comparison with people who just care about where their next meal is coming from. Nature corrects itself. Lowered population is good for future humanity, but we keep multiplying so the number isn't going down even with all the death. Well, I mean, look, that a population reduction isn't going to bring back the thousands and thousands and thousands of necessary species that have disappeared over the last 200 years of industrial civilization. There's no mending it. So we like human beings could disappear from the planet right now, literally. And the ecological collapse would keep happening. We're over the hump. We're on the downslope of it now. We're living through the 6th mass extinction event. We caused this one. There's no stopping it. We can't stop it now. The best that we can hope for as a species is a soft landing out of it. A softer landing out of it. And somehow learning to live on a planet that's denuded of 90% of its natural resource. Well, we're animals. We're victims of our own shit. We're part of the animal kingdom. The fact that we think of ourselves as not part of the animal kingdom is part of the problem. Because we just continuously take from it, because we're other than it. We're the other. We can take. We're allowed to take more, because there is more. There's more to be taken. We're allowed to grow more, because there's more of us to be made. There's no thought. There's no natural process keeping human beings in check anymore, other than the fact that we're dealing with finite resources and a climate that's been inexorably changed. So the natural check and balance is the death of our species and the death of most of the currently existing species on this planet. And their replacement with likely algae that will be like a 20-foot thick carpet over every ocean. And underneath that, endless swarms of jellies. That's the future. That's also the past of You take a look at I can't remember the name of which extinction event it was, but there was an extinction event that killed 99.8% of all life on planet. Left behind algae, or, distant relatives of algae and distant relatives of modern jellies who fed on the algae. The Permian, yeah. We are descendants of algae, yes. Well, I don't know if saying we are just, yeah. We share a common ancestor. Kind of scaring me here. Good. You should be scared. Well, maybe not you, but if you have children or you plan on having children, you should be very frightened for them. And you should be very, very frightened for their children. It's the next 2-3 generations that are really going to reap the whirlwind here. So long, and thanks for all the fish. So sad that it has come to this. My parents have accepted that their grandchildren will all have fur and drink from bowls. Huh? I know many people who want to have kids and don't even think about what the future will look like. Yeah. Yeah, fur babies only, yeah. Well, that's for me. I ain't trying to tell you what to do with your time, but let me put it this way. I do well to take care of myself, my wife, and the 2 little fur children that we have together. Adding a child in on top of that, no sir. Paul, while I understand why you feel this way, how do you respond to arguments accusing you of being a hypocrite, i.e., living in a house, ordering a pizza? I mean, you criticize civilization, yet you live in it. It's ridiculous. I have no choice. You wouldn't be hearing my voice if I walked out into the woods, and I couldn't even do that anyway. So you're asking me to hold a position that I sincerely hold, and in order to be credible in that position, to do something that's completely impossible for me to do. There is nowhere that I can just walk into the woods and set up a house that a forest ranger isn't going to come and kick me off. And if I don't leave, then a bunch of people will come and kick me off. I can't do it. So what you're asking me to do is impossible. The woods are federal-owned land, and you would only be arrested. Yep. You might be able to go and live in a lean-to out there for a while, but eventually a fucking park ranger is going to spot your little shit, and they're going to come out there, and they're going to kick you out because you're going to be starting fires out there. It's a fire hazard or whatever to have you out there, and so your ass will be fucking evicted. And then what? Thrown back here where you have no choice but to eat pizzas and live in a fucking apartment or some shit. You know what I mean? What are you asking me to do? What's my fucking option here? You give me an option to not be a hypocrite, and I'll do it. You criticize, yet you live. There isn't land you can own privately. Right. It's called eminent domain. But I don't know what you guys think how much money you guys think I have, but I don't have enough money to buy a big tract of land up in the fucking mountains or some shit. And even if I did, I couldn't live that way. Have you given much thought to retirement planning? I don't plan on ever retiring, Zonster, and maybe that's stupid, but if I can keep doing what I'm doing for a living, I'll do it till the day I fucking die. Something may happen to make it impossible for me to do this. I don't have a plan for that. Maybe that's silly, but I plan on working until I croak. You could move to Slab City. People in Slab City are fucked with by the cops. Traveling doesn't interest you? Yeah, it does. But how do I do that right now? Like, I would rather travel now while I still have a body that can enjoy it than plan on traveling when I'm old and crippled and shit. I don't have a retirement plan. I don't plan on retiring. I plan on working until I'm dead. I'm hitting the scab mines till the day I lie. When your life's your work, it's not the same as it just being a job. That's true. It's true, Zach. You know? When you do something you love for a living, and make no bones about it, what I do now is not the perfect example of what I love, but it incorporates what I love. I love talking. I love performing. I love interacting with people. These are the great loves in my life and always have been when it comes to what I do. And so I have a job now that allows me to employ that. I'm never letting that go. If it goes away, I know how to work a normal fucking job, and then I'll start planning for fucking retirement. But as long as I've got a grip on a job like this, that's it. My absolute ideal job is a job that barely exists anymore, and very few people are privileged enough to have careers that allow them to do it. My ideal job would be to be in theater for the rest of my life, to do shows, end to end to end, endlessly until I fucking couldn't do them anymore. That would be my absolute fucking bling bling ideal job. A theater actor that, had a career that paid him enough to fucking, subsidize my very fucking Spartan way of living and just get to be on stage as much as possible. I feel most alive when I'm performing. I feel most vital and the closest to fulfilling what potential I believe I have when I'm performing. And so a job that was predicated on that type of performance that I prefer, which is theater, would be my ideal job. Sorry for the sniffles, but you guys are going to have to deal with it. The post-nasal drip never stops over here. And it's cold. That makes you drippy. Did you ever come see one of our performances at San Jose State? I don't see why not. Like, and if it becomes safe to do so, one of the things I really want to do is go see a live theater performance. It's been years since I've seen live theater, and it sucks that it's been so long, and I want to do it. So when it becomes safe for me to do that, I will do it. Just can't do it right now. You know, if something happens and it becomes impossible for me to do this job or impossible to support myself doing this, then I'll do something else. I'll find something else, and I'll do that. You know, I worked normal jobs my whole life leading up to this. I know how to do that. It's not something I spend a whole lot of time worrying about. But you can bet that I'm going to do everything in my fucking power to keep this. Like, you can guarantee that. Do you like cows? To me, they bring peace. I mean, I guess. I like cows as much as the next Joe likes a cow, you know? I guess. Paul likes to eat them. Yeah. If you like acting so much, are you planning on doing like a short movie just for fun, something you're interested in? To be honest with you, the little bit of camera acting that I've done, which is mostly student films and shit like that when I was in college, I don't really like it. Like, it doesn't scratch the same itch. What I'm addicted to is the flow of energy between a live audience and a live performer. That is where I feel most vital, when I'm standing on a stage and there is a group of people watching me. So yeah, I really am not fulfilled all that much by camera work or camera acting. And so I never really have had an aspiration to be like a TV or movie actor. Now, I do love films, and it would be cool to write a movie and maybe even direct a movie someday. That's something that I think I would have fun doing. But as far as like being a movie person, I'm not interested. Did you ever try stand up? Another thing, another kind of medium that I'm not as interested in as others. Dude, the hair is still fucking like I just got out of the shower. It never dries. This is never going to dry. Look at this. Like, I showered like 3 hours ago. This is ridiculous. God damn it. Gotta blow dry it. Ugh. I hate those. I don't want to do it. I'm not really worried about looking good. I'm worried about the fact that my hair's still wet like I just got out of the goddamn fucking shower. Things have gotten boring now that Biden is president. Okay. Algae will grow in your hair. It will. Dude, you can get. It could happen. Dude, I could totally see like a fucking colony setting up, like an algae colony setting up in my fucking hair. I could see it happen. Moss grows on sloths. Yep, it does. I'll take algae over lice. Dude, I had lice when I was a little kid. Oh my God, dude. Got it because I was in this gymnastics class that had a foam ball pit, like a foam pit that you could like jump off a springboard and do a flip and land in. I had the lice, dude. Got the lice from the ball pit or from the foam pit. Some other kid had the lice, and then they jumped onto my fucking head, and it was over. It sucked, man. Oof. It was actually really common back when I was a kid for kids to get lice. They were always warning you to like, don't share your fucking hat. Don't ever share your hat with anybody. Don't do this. Don't do that. Like, I don't even know if they tell kids that shit anymore. Got lice in middle school at an overnight camp. Oh, man. So let me ask you guys that have had it before, was your case of lice caught before you had like adults and shit living on your head? Like, was it caught at the egg and knit phase or whatever the fuck? Because mine was caught with full-blown adults living on my head. I had multiple adults laying eggs on and breeding and shit on my head by the time my fucking case of lice got caught. Fucked. Dude, the worst. The worst. You got caught during the egg phase. Yeah, it's a very brief time, and typically it doesn't get caught during that phase. Like, typically those eggs go ahead and hatch and become adults. Dude, my head is itching just thinking about this fucking shit, dude. Isn't psychosomatic stuff interesting, by the way? The brain is such a fucking interesting organ. We're sitting here talking about lice, and my scalp is like... Like, psychosomatic phenomenon are really interesting to me. It's really interesting the amount of control your mind has on your body. Like, and your perception of things. You see someone yawn and you have to yawn. You see someone sneeze sometimes and you like start building up and feel that sneeze reaction happen. What's that white thing on the lower left of your hair? Didn't notice it till you let it down. Looks like it's moving. What? Is it a louse? No! And then a louse popped out. Dun, dun, dun. No, you got me, Phoebes. You got me. You nailed me with that one. A Scanner Darkly, yeah. What was that guy's name in A Scanner Darkly that he took so much D that he was like hallucinating that he had bugs all over him? Can't remember what his name was. I love that fucking movie, dude. Yeah, that was his facial expression. Well, things could be worse. Normally, I'm in the mood to ask Paul questions. Today, I'm in the mind to harangue him in the chat. Well, there you go. Harangue us. Ouch. Oh, fuck beans. Man. Ugh. I slept in one position last night, which is good. It means I slept hard, but I woke up today and my neck is all fucking... and my shoulder. Oh, man. Cybernetics win. If we're going to live in this fucking dystopia, please... give me the cyber spine, man. Give me the cyber neck. I will be the first test subject. Yeah, I'll be it. I'll be Wolverine. I don't want the claws even. I'd keep the claws. Just give me the back. No, I'll keep my wiener. You can get the cyber cock. I just want the back, dude. That's all I need. And then I'm fine. Well, that and a heart. A cyber back and a cyber heart would probably be good for me at this point in my life. Please dry. Hair, please. I want nanobots that repair my flesh. Okay. Well, all right. If we're going to live in this hyper-capitalist dystopia, I want my cyber spine. That's all I'm saying. If this is the way it's got to be, I want my fucking cyber spine. You already do have stuff in you that repairs your skin. Oh, my God. Oh, no. Everybody look out. We got ourselves a biologist. I want robo lungs that absorb smoke better and don't generate so much phlegm. Yeah. That would be nice. I'll take it. I'll take it all. Give me it all. I have not heard of Aubrey de Grey or his quest to end aging. It sounds interesting, but gorilla arms win, yeah. Give me the gorilla arms, man. I want gorilla arms, cyber eyeballs that like focus on shit that I'm looking at in the distance, track different things. I want the spine and the neck. Ugh. Get rid of mine. Throw it in the trash where it belongs. Ugh. Guys, give me a second. I'm going to stand up and do my stretching maneuver. Ridiculous as it is. Ugh. See if I can relieve any of this shit. Ouch. Dude, it sounds like a... That can't be good. Sounds like Rice Krispie treats in my neck. Like when I do the like neck roll thing, it sounds like there's Rice Krispie treats in there. Is that good? Ow. Yeah, it's definitely like a bowl of Rice Krispies in there. Well, that's good to know. It's good to know that the Rice Krispies are not just like bone grinding on bone or something in there. They're after me Lucky Charms. Frosted unlucky worms. They're magically disgusting. Means the vertebrae in your spine have degraded to the point where rocks are sticking up there and grinding against one another. Nice. Recently found out internal decapitation is a thing, and I'm so aware of my neck now. Internal decapitation? I don't even want to know. Don't even tell me about it, because I don't need another thing to fucking worry about in my life. I'm dead fucking serious. I don't want to know. I don't care to know. Don't do it. I don't need another fucking thing, dude. Trust me. Trust me. You don't have internal decapitation, Paul. What if I do? What if my head is off right now and I don't even know it? And I'm like a zombie. Man. Now I know it's a thing. Now I know it's a thing. So it doesn't matter that I don't know what it is, because now I've invented what it is in my head. And now I'm worried about it. Paul, would you rather have a cat-sized bear or a bear-sized cat? Bear-sized cat. Oh my fucking God, dude. Can you imagine? Be fucking dope. Put a saddle on that motherfucker. He-Man. Battle Cat. My feet are not pudding. Okay, I'm not that susceptible to this type of shit, but I am susceptible to the idea that internal decapitation is a thing. That is a thing that I could have. I had a bobcat hybrid named Khajiit. Ooh, that's cool. I like cats. I was never much of a cat person until Cricket. Cricket has won me over. I think his toxoplasmosis mind control worked on me, or whatever it is. But, like, he's a whole part of my day now. Like, his whole routine is now my routine. You know what I mean? I'm allergic to cat dander and dog dander. I choose to go ahead and live with that. because I'd rather not have a life without, but I don't have, massive, some people are horribly, horribly allergic to the point where they can't. Dude, Cricket is a purr machine. He's a purr factory. He's seen your purrs. Yeah, no, Cricket's awesome. He's an asshole sometimes, but you got to take the good with the bad, He's too cute to be mad at. You're mad for like a split second, and then you see him, and you're like, you find that it gets better the more you touch a dog or cat. My allergies seem to do that. My allergies with Cricket were way worse when he first moved in than they are now. I've been living with Cricket for over a year now. And when he first moved in, but it worked out because when he first moved in, he didn't want to have shit to do with me. He was wary as fuck of me. He's like, who the fuck is this guy? He didn't really want to be pet by me much. He didn't want me around much. And then slowly but surely, I worked my wiles on him. I worked my charms. Now he loves me. Hi, Paul. It's Peyton. Hello, Peyton. It's Paul. You realize I can see your name, Peyton. And you have a wrench in here, so it even sticks out even more. But hello. Peyton? My doggo dies of cancer a couple of weeks ago. Now I'm waiting for his grandchild. I gave his kid to my friend. Oh. Well, I'm sorry about your dog. And congrats on your dog, I guess. Who would win, Peyton or Alfred? I don't know. Let's find out tonight. I don't know who's Peyton, lol. I don't know who's Peyton, lol. Lol, who's Peyton? I don't know who's Peyton. Do you know who's Peyton? Lol. Sounds like bank. Lol. Eastern Europeans are known for their intelligence. I didn't good for them. When did I say that they were stupid? He got timed because he was capsing it up. There are rules. My hair is wet as fuck. Yes, I took a shower today. I smell great. Paul smells good. Lol. It's not a new pipe. I've had this for a while. It's just a little spoon pipe. It's like one of those ones you'll probably pay like $15-20 for in the weed shop. I bought it. So I bought this pipe as a way to smoke Salty Paul Kush during the last DFF meetup in LA. And it has traveled with me. It's the only piece that traveled with me. Everything else, It's pretty cool. It's like, it's a blown glass pipe, so it's got that like cool design stuff underneath the veneer. It's a little dirty. You can see there's some resin in there that needs to be scooped, and in the bowl. But it's a pretty pipe, and it works. It's like your mom made it. Yeah, it's like my mom made it. TJ has never stunk around me. Like, I've never been like, woo, TJ. Is state legal in your weed? Are you okay? Yeah, that question was not an invitation to flood the chat with 420 weed questions, yes. My most harrowing resin story? Okay, well, I'll answer that 420 weed question because it's actually funny. Well, actually, I unfortunately can't tell that. Can't tell that story. I can't tell that story because somebody involved in it might get butt hurt. I'm glad I thought it through. Sorry, blue balled you. Couldn't do it. Change name. Even if I change the name, you guys are going to know. I found a double chamber bong on the side of the road when I was 10 years old. Had no idea what it was. Dude, cool find. Yeah, at 10, I wouldn't have known what the fuck to do with it either. But a scant 2 years later, I would have wanted that. Just goes to show you. Just goes to show you how strange life is. I never took Zonster for a partaker in anything other than the occasional, alcoholic beverage, but I might be wrong about that. Never took Zonster for a smoker. Ever done salvia? Nope. And you're gone. What a dumb question. What drug you done questions get you banned. Very little of anything aside from alcohol. Yeah. That's cool. There's definitely some things that I've tried that I'd rather not have tried. So, more conservative kind of look at it. I don't think I've said or typed gone properly in like years now. Yeah. It's just all gorn to you. I want to know what drug you done. Bum, 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 bum. I want to know what drug you done. By the way, Jason, I took a gander at your beard update photo finally. Good job. It's looking good. For your age especially. You got the gift. You'll have a prodigious beard when you're my age. A flowing, great beard. You got the starts. I couldn't grow a beard like that when I was your age. Decent beard. Yeah, I don't blame you. Dude, I wish I could go slap the first cigarette out of my mouth. Have you ever used Rogaine? Why? Why would I use Rogaine? Rogaine, dude. I have too much hair as it is. Rogaine. The kid's smoking Rogaine now. Yeah, dude. Joe Rogaine. Yeah, dude, Rogaine takes me. I have too much hair as it is, bro. Paul with Rogaine would be, yeah, dude. Cousin It. Full-blown Cousin It. Vegan Rogaines. Okay, okay. We're starting to milk it now. It's the vanilla beard oil, huh? Well, hey. Good on you. It's looking good. Very punny. Yeah. It's getting very punny in here. Mercy sakes alive, I believe we've got ourselves a dad joke-a-thon up in here. Bone broth. My whole family is shocked. They knew me as the high-pitched twink. I now have a beard and wear nothing but black clothing. Damn. Damn, look at you, Jason. The Jason transformation has begun. You're coming out of your chrysalis, Jason, and you're becoming the butterfly that you always were. How's it feel? You're at that point in your life where that's pretty true. You're an N-prim doomer now. Yeah! Go, Jason. Which state do you see yourself moving to in the near future? And those are the ones that I'm really thinking about moving to. What? What's so funny? Good choice, huh? Aw, shucks, making my cheeks red. Did Jason clap your cheeks? What's happening in my chat? Jason, did you clap somebody's cheeks in my chat? Already? He's cute AF, I'm not gonna lie. Dude, Jason, look at that. The hills are alive with the sound of butt fucking. Hook it up, Jason. Go drop a load, Jason. He's taken. I mean, you know what I mean. Jason? Gotta go clap them cheeks, Jason. There's CHEEXs that need clapping out there, dude. Go clap them cheeks. The Z, dude. The Z, bro. The Z's a little much, but I like it. Oh man, I'm tickled. Okay, I must be stoned. There's no other. There's no other explanation. I've reached a healthy level of stoned. Oh man, yeah, dude. Logan, are you trying to be a star fucker? Trying to star fuck Jason? I'm working here, Paul. I'm using him to get to you. Oh shit. Well, denied. Sorry, you can't have it. You can't have it. You don't get this bussy. This bussy is spoken for. Overnight, America becomes overrun with cannibals. You can go anywhere else on the planet to start the Children of Salt compound. Where are you going? South America somewhere. Uruguay, probably. The Children of the Salt. Walmart. You can't have it. Oh, shit. I need to push this back a little because I want to cross my legs. There we go. Okay. Will Tears in Heaven be played at your funeral? Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? No. Please don't. Would it feel the same? No, dude, no Tears in Heaven. Please. Please, no. I must be strong and carry on because I know I don't belong in heaven. Do, 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 do. Please don't. Just play Badger, Badger, Mushroom, Mushroom at my funeral, okay? Please? Respect my witches. Respect my witches and my wishes. Okay? Mostly my witches, but also my wishes. Play Badger, Badger, Mushroom at my funeral, please. That song encompasses my life. Jesus, take the wheel. Please don't. The Monster Mash. Yeah, you can play the Monster Mash. You can play Badger, Mushroom, Snake, and then Monster Mash. And then I want you to play the entire Potion Seller video. And then that's it. You can play whatever you want after that. Then play Proud to Be an American. Yeah. Yeah. You can play whatever you want after that. You can play the Baby Elephant Waltz if you want. Yeah. Play whatever you want after you've played those three things: Badger, Mushroom, What was the second one? Monster Mash. And the entire Potion Seller video. Yeah. Then you can play whatever you want. Yeah. Rickroll the funeral. I don't care what you do. Marshall, you just play my funeral. You're way younger than me. So it's my wishes that Marshall play my funeral and that he play Badger, Badger, Mushroom, Mushroom, Monster Mash, and whatever he wants after that. Father, you still feel like you'll die first? Doubtful, my friend. Very doubtful. You got to come. You got to cover Father one more time, dude. You lifted that song out of the sewer and sent it to Valhalla, dude. I knew all the way back then when I heard that song, and I was laughing my ass off at it back in the day, that there was something there, and you found it. You got to play it. You got to come to my funeral and play it. Those are my wishes, bro. My estate will make sure that everything's taken care of for you. You won't have to pay for a thing. What kind of fun? Dude, you got to do it. Just be prepared for like half of my family to be really appalled. But, I mean, whatever. They shouldn't have showed up. Paul, how often do you check your Twitter DMs? And you a fan edit of Caligula you might appreciate. I don't check them very often, but I'll look for it. I do check them. I just don't check them every day. So if I haven't seen it, then I'll check it eventually. And if it's cool, I'll let you know. I love the movie. So I think I saw one fan edit of Caligula a long time ago, like years ago. So it'll be interesting. I like that movie a lot. He needs to play all the Brett Keane songs. No, just Father. Oh, yeah. That'd be a dope one. I just go up there and do my best Manson vamp, dude. Do a little duet. That'd be pretty dope. Sweet Caroline at funerals instead of weddings would be cool. I mean, whatever. Have it played at yours. Gucci Gang. Yeah. I'm down with that. I'm fine with that. That's the point. You hate it. Spend 10 racks on a casket. Your house worth less than what I'm buried with. Oh, shit, dude. Flexing. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air intro. Dude, that would be a fucking great one. And now, we ask the congregation to bow our heads for a musical interlude in memory of Paul, who touched so many lives. Brown. In West Philadelphia, born and raised, all the playground is where I spent most of my days chilling out. You know what I mean? That would be great. I can sing the whole song, yeah. In West Philadelphia, born and raised, on the playground is where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool and all, shooting some b-ball outside of the school when a couple of guys, they were up to no good. Started making trouble in the neighborhood. I got in one little fight and my mom got scared and said, "You're moving with your auntie and uncle to Bel Air." I whistled for a cab, and when it came near, the license plate said fresh and had dice in the mirror. If anything, I could say this cab is rare, but I thought, I'll forget it. Yo, Holmes to Bel Air. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. What? Forgetting the first verse? I sang the first verse already. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. It does start that way. Now, this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I like to take a minute, just sit right there. I tell you how I became a prince of a town called Bel Air. You're right. You're right. Holy shit. Who's the greatest rapper ever, and why is it Will Smith? A skeleton popped out, dude. Wow. That's a dedicated and focused troll account that I like. Yeah, I'm watching The Sopranos. I actually just watched one of my favorite episodes in all of the series last night. We're on season 3, and I watched the Pine Barrens episode last night, where Polly and Christopher get lost out in the woods chasing down a crazy Russian. I don't know. I just started doing it, dude. I one night I was bored, fucking mentally bombed out. I was scrolling endlessly through fucking HBO, and I saw The Sopranos, and I was like, you know what, dude? It's been like a year since I watched it, and I've only seen it that one other time. I watched The Sopranos for the first time, well, maybe a little more than a year, about 2 years ago. And so it's been 2 years since I've seen it. I've only seen it one time. Let's watch it again. So I started watching it. And right around when I got to the beginning of season 2, Amelia was like, "Oh, you watched The Sopranos?" Because, like, you know, I watched an episode here and there. And so she started watching it with me in season 2. And now we're almost to the end of season 3. And we have 3 more seasons, I think, to go. And I love the show. I'm noticing all kinds of little tidbits that I didn't notice or really didn't mark the last time that I watched it. That show, let me tell you a little something about The Sopranos. It is an incredibly, incredibly well thought out, deep show. You know, like, it's wrapped in this tortilla of this mob gangster thing, but it is a super ultra philosophical show. Like, all major kind of well-known areas of philosophy are touched on, either explicitly or implicitly. I'm telling you, dude, The Sopranos is worth it, Marshall. It's worth it, bro. I tell you what, dude, if you want to save some dough on it, like, I have the whole fucking series on DVD. You give me your fucking address or whatever, and I'll just mail it to you. Because I don't even have a DVD player. So it's like, it ain't doing me no good. It's still wrapped. So yeah, bro. Yeah, hit me up with your address and I'll just mail that shit to you. Because otherwise, the only way that you can get it is like an HBO Max subscription. That shit's expensive. Anyone watch Twin Peaks: The Return season 3? I have not yet watched the new Twin Peaks. Breaking Bad is awesome. Yeah, but is it as awesome as The Sopranos, though? That's the question. I haven't seen Breaking Bad. I've seen The Sopranos. You've seen both.
I ain't gonna force you to watch such a sad show that is Breaking Bad.
Yeah. I could tell that Breaking Bad was going to be. I mean, The Sopranos is kind of a sad show too.
Yeah, but it's not the same kind, I don't think.
No. Breaking Bad isn't sad most of the time. Yeah, but the overall theme is sad, right? Breaking Bad had a good ending, so does The Sopranos. If America had free healthcare, the plot wouldn't even happen. Well, there you go. We should not have free healthcare then, so that our suffering continues to inspire works of art like Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is a tragedy throughout. I mean, The Sopranos is a King Lear level, fucking Macbeth level tragedy all the way throughout. It really is. It's Shakespearean. Do you think we'll ever get free healthcare? Yes. I actually do think we'll get it in some form. I think it will come in the form of a two-tiered system where the current insurance market is allowed to continue to exist so that rich people can afford to buy good health care. And then the version of Medicare for all that we get is substandard, shitty, overbooked. So it's used as an argument against it. I think that'll happen in our lifetimes. I hate to be so sour about it, Chelsea, and hello. It's nice to hear from you. Sorry to be so sour immediately at you, but no. I don't think we're going to get actual, like, reasonable healthcare like people have in other countries in our lifetime. I think we will get a two-tiered, substandard American version of it in our lifetime.
Where it's basically the emergency room system that already exists, where people wait until the absolute last minute.
Right. And the amount of doctors that'll take it is limited, and those doctors are overbooked with patients, and it takes forever to get to see a specialist, and people die of cancer before they get it diagnosed properly, and blah, 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 because they can't afford to have the real health care where they can go to their doctor and complain of a pain and get looked at.
Well, that's how the VA works right now.
Right.
So, like, that's how we're treating the veterans.
Right.
Basically, like, it's not like that with every single VA, but
that's basically how the VA.
Waiting in line.
Right. That's basically how the VA works. My stepdad is functionally deaf. This will give you an idea of how the VA is, right? So my stepdad is functionally deaf, can't hear without hearing aids. He gets his hearing aids through the VA because he's an Army veteran. Okay.
And every war had sound damage because
guns
are loud.
Well, he wasn't in any war, but he did artillery exercises and shit.
Everything has had loud noises.
He rode on tanks. He did artillery exercises. He was in the Army. He did his 4 years in the Army or whatever, so he's a veteran. He's of the age now where he can draw his VA benefits
But
fully.
the VA only covers things that are work related, so that's why they cover hearing so much.
Right.
But
Well, he lost most of his hearing working in the same factory that both of my parents worked in their whole lives. I mean, that's what really damaged his hearing, was working on forklifts in a loud-ass fucking factory for years and years and years, decades. So, he had a pair of hearing aids. He left them out, and his cat chewed them up. He went to the VA and was like, fuck, dude, my cat chewed my hearing aids. And they were like, okay, well, we're going to get you your hearing aids, but you don't get another set of hearing aids for 6 years. So if his cat chews them up or he loses a hearing aid, he doesn't get another pair of hearing aids for 6 years. He gets to be deaf.
Or pay out the ass.
Or pay for them himself out the ass because they're insanely expensive. There you go. It's ridiculous that a veteran is treated that way. Rainbow Unicorn Princesses says B. I remember you guys.
And then my stepdad, because he couldn't prove that his lung disease came from asbestos, he had to pay for all that himself.
Ridiculous.
It's like $2 million just for the lung surgery, plus all the oxygen he was on, plus all the.
He'll be in debt the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Like you know.
Well, they've already filed bankruptcy, so.
Right. I mean, that's what happens to people.
Yeah.
You get a life-saving treatment, and then you have to file bankruptcy. Fucking ridiculous, dude. Unbelievable. Gotta love America. That's why we're number one, y'all. Hello, Day. I think that not only should people have free health care, I think doggy health care should be free too. I think every puppy should have to go see the vet, no matter where they are, and get checked on and get their health checked on. Yep, I believe. Should be free. You're citizens too. How is the puppy? He's good. He's a little drowsy. He's still a little drowsy. Dirty D. Are you all wet from running on the grass? Where's your ball? He knows it's over there somewhere. Should all pets get free health care? Yup.
That's what you just said.
That's what I just said. I didn't lie.
No, you lost it.
When you're alone in the dark and someone starts to bark, that's Denore. When everything is just fine and you hear someone whine, that's Denore. Are you watching Attack on Titan? I watched the first season of that, and I never watched anything after that. So no. I don't watch BoJack. No, let's not ask me like, have you seens? They're the worst. Come on, guys. Act like you've been here before. Act like you know the fucking deal. Cricket. If Dino had human eyes, would you treat him the same? Yes. Man, if people have much care humans as they do for dogs or animals, maybe we won't have so much homeless people. Yeah, that's probably true. He sounds so sad. Ever have to fart, but you can't get it out, but you can feel it? Yep. All right, have a good one, Zonster. Thanks for hanging out today. When do you think you'll be able to get vaccinated for COVID? I have no fucking clue. Did you ever get TJ to watch Inland Empire? No. I don't think TJ wants to watch David Lynch movies, and that's fine. He doesn't like them. The ones that he's seen, he hasn't enjoyed, and that's cool. I don't like take the things that I like and ram them down other people's throats. You know what I mean? Like, I will evangelize a little bit if I think something is cool, and then if people go check it out and they don't like it, that's on them, you know? I'm a human being, and my opinions about things are subjective, just like TJ's, and I become a water baron, and I need more munitions to keep my water stores safe from the poorers. Caves of Cud is hyper-capitalism. I'm gonna time you out for just typing a whole fucking paragraph of nothing. Would you rather live on the surface of the moon or at the bottom of the ocean? Bottom of the ocean. Easy peasy. I'd rather have a dope-ass fucking base at the bottom of the ocean. That'd be so cool. It would be so peaceful down there, too. Think about it. How quiet and dark you could make it in a place like that. It would be fucking dope. Scary, but dope. I'd go to the moon just so when the Earth dies, I can relax on the lunar surface just fine. I mean, the deep ocean is still going to exist when the Earth dies, bro. If the whole planet Earth blows up, then the moon goes with it. You know, so if you're talking about, like, when the sun goes nova or whatever the fuck. Like, the moon, you ain't gonna be safe from that. So the fucking water base is fine. It's the big, giant, sprawling complex with everything I would ever need or want in it at the bottom of the Marianas Trench. Sounds dope to me. I have to go, I think, here pretty soon. So thanks for hanging out this morning. I'm going to go have some coffee, get myself woken up, get a bunch of filming done today. Become a patron if you're not, and you can. Thank you.